let's make this short, quick, and easy, just like me. The Birds of Prey trailer released about a week ago, and I loved it. Honestly thought it was amazing. The action sequences, the lighting, the cinematography, the coloring, everything just seemed gorgeous to me, and I loved it. But however, not everyone had the same reaction, and that's completely fine. If you hated the trailer, good for you. If you thought the trailer was meh, good for you. If you loved it just as me, good for you. Now, there was one reaction that really stood out to me, and that was by your boy Zach. And full disclosure, I love his videos. I completely support a lot of his viewpoints. I subscribe to him. I even bought 3 of his books. I think it's amazing. Am I sucking his dick a little bit too much? Yes, because he has over 100k subscribers, and they could all annihilate my ass and my 5 subscribers, alright? This is all just my opinion and why I think his reaction was. That being said, I think his reaction, his viewpoints on this trailer and movie so far are terrible. I feel like in his video, he made no solid good points. I feel like he was just stretching and grasping for anything that seemed SJW-esque. And none of his arguments really compelled me or made this film seem woke feminism whatsoever. Again, I thought he was just stretching for anything that seemed political when it wasn't. It just seems like an action-packed girls' night out film. And if you don't know who he is, he's a comic book creator, comic book and movie reviewer, and he's mostly here to cleanse the comic book industry from the SJW writers and politically correct ideologies that are corrupting comic books nowadays. And are even plummeting comic book sales, which is it's really sad, to be honest. So I really support this guy. But the one thing I didn't support was, you guessed it, his reaction to the Birds of Prey trailer. Throughout the trailer, I felt like most of his arguments, if not all of them, were really just stretching and trying to find anything that seemed SJW or woke feminism, because that's what he titled this video clip. I completely disagree. I didn't see any of this. It just seemed like a basic girls' night out trying to defeat a mob king action-packed movie. That was it. I didn't really get anything else from it. I didn't get any, oh, women are being discriminated by men, women are better than men. None of that. It just seemed like an action-packed girls' night out. So again, nothing but love. It's just, criticism. And it's not just Zach in this video that I'm really criticizing. It's all the people who are commenting and agreeing and supporting with him, and other channels that react the same way, that believe that this trailer and this movie is just woke feminism and pushing a political propaganda about female empowerment. And yeah, we're girls, we're better than men. And again, I don't see any of that. The first argument or point that Zach brings in this video is that, and I completely disagree, but I can agree with him on one point. What makes Harley great is that she relies on someone, or is literally a byproduct of the Joker. She's nothing without the Joker, because Joker literally created her. So she works best when she's in his limelight, or just commenting with him, or just a sidekick that's being abused and tormented in this terrible relationship. But when she's not with Joker and she's with Poison Ivy or Catwoman or other female characters, she works best when, again, she's commenting with them or kind of in their shadow or with a companion. She doesn't really work amazingly on her own.
Ryder Rooney! Give me some sugar, baby.
No, not again! Oh!
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! We killed him. Oh well.
We were going to do it anyway.
We got his credit cards, what's to worry?
And even when she's with those female characters or being independent after she broke up with Joker, let's say, she always mentions Joker in conversation. And that's very ironic. No matter how hard she tries to be independent, she relies on him because, again, he created her. Of course, she's going to have this piece of her where she's going to keep bringing him up in conversation.
No offense, Fred, but I'm not very hungry. Somehow I don't feel like my old perky self. Something's missing.
Will you stop? I can't believe you're still mooning over that psychotic creep.
Well, maybe I'd feel better if I knew he missed me too.
And that's what she's doing in this trailer. She's trying so hard to be independent, but she's comparing herself to Joker and Black Mask and blatantly telling the audience that we should be scared of her when she looks ridiculous and innocent. She's being so desperate, and it's sad, beautiful. It's Harley.
I'm the one they should be scared of. Not you, not Mr. J. Because I'm Harley freaking Quinn.
That's what I got from this trailer. A woman trying so hard to be independent, but just can't. Now take that with a grain of salt, because again, this is just the first trailer, and maybe I myself am being a hypocrite, and I'm stretching and picking at pieces to help my argument. But that's what I got from this trailer. I didn't get her being so confident and loud and proud that she's now someone new and she doesn't need Joker. If she's not with Joker, and as long as she's with someone else or commenting with them, that's what makes Harley great. She needs to be in someone else's shadow or be working with someone. And hopefully, I hope so much in this movie, she brings Joker up so much throughout this film. And maybe at the end of the film, she betrays on them to try to be back with Joker again, or try to escape or free him like in Gotham City Sirens. I hope that's what happens in this movie. Again, that's very Harley. She's trying so desperately to be something that she's not. The second point that Zach makes, or other people tend to agree with, is that it's pushing this female powerful group. Girls are always friends. We never argue or have any trouble or little disputes. When again, I don't see that here. I don't see 5 girls who are excited or happy to be working with each other. For example, Renee Montoya questions who Harley is, or Cassandra Cain. Huntress just says this line. You gotta be kidding me. And I know those two scenes might seem very minute or not add anything, but those little things are what kind of define a relationship or friendship. They don't seem happy or excited to be working with each other. It just seems that they're working with each other because of circumstances. And that's another great thing about this movie. All of these girls and all of our female leads are working together due to circumstance. Huntress is a mob killer and vigilante. She goes out and kills mobs that are doing illegal crimes, money laundering, murdering, anything illegal. Black Canary, same thing, she's a vigilante. She'll do anything that's done illegally. Montoya, literally a freaking cop who is going to stop anyone, mob, criminal, murderer. If they're doing illegal shit, she's gonna stop them because she's a cop. And if her if her police force is telling her that she can't go and attack Black Mask because out of her jurisdiction, she's gonna be a vigilante. She's gonna want to stop this man at any cost. Harley Quinn, she's an anti-hero. She'll do anything that will save her own ass or anyone that she deems fun or friendly, which is Cassandra Cain, who is the victim, quote unquote, in the situation, where she steals something from Black Mask and he wants to go and kill her and retrieve it back. And Canary, Huntress, Montoya, and Harley all have the same goal of protecting this one girl and defeating a villain who is a murderer. They're all on the same page, where it's like, hey, we all have the same mission, we all have the same objective, we all want to kill this one guy or beat him from killing us. Then let's work together. Let's might as well work together because it'll make all their lives easier. That's what I get from this trailer. They don't seem too excited or happy to be working with each other, other than Harley, who is obviously crazy and she's gonna love this. She loves girls' night out and female empowerment. But Montoya and Huntress just seem like, ugh, like really? We have to work together? Like these two little small clips kind of reassured me that they're not excited to work with each other. And I know that's like a common trope in modern day comics where all these female superheroes can't wait to work with each other. They have no problems or disputes or arguing. They're the perfect female friends. It just showed that they're not excited to work with each other. They seem like they have to work again with each other because of, again, circumstances. They all have the same goal and mission to defeat this one guy, and that's it. And my second to last argument or point is, just because this film is, from this perspective of an all-female group, and the villains are an all-male group, I don't think it automatically should identify or classify this film as woke feminism. Just because, again, we're looking at the perspective of a group of females who are our heroes because, again, they want to stop criminals who are doing illegal shit, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's take a look at The Expendables, which is literally a sausage fest and testosterone overload. It's just all guys. Saw the poster and thought the movies. It's just guys in action beating shit up, beating people up, and guns and glory. And I want to classify that film as sexist for not having any female leads or co-partners. It's just a male perspective from those guys. That's perfectly fine. There's a wide range of stories in this world. And just because there's a female group that are against villains who so happen to be male, shouldn't just mean woke feminism. Again, like the Expendables, it's all men, and I wouldn't classify that as sexist because it's only all men. It's his perspective from those guys and their military or, martial arts background and killing these villains who are all guys. That's fine. And if you want to classify this as woke feminism, then classify the Expendables as a sexist for not having any female leads or co-stars. It's a two-way street. But another claim that he makes is that whenever Harley or one of our heroines beats up a guy, he makes a sly comment that,
take that, man.
well, yeah, they're the villains. I think what would really make this movie, in my opinion, from this first trailer, what would make it deemed or classified as woke feminism is if our female leads had a male co-partner or have, a male partner in crime who's a good guy or a hero who's working or trying to help them, if they undermined him, if they thought of him as inferior, if they made him a fool in this film, if he had nothing, if everything he tried to help them failed, and they had this superiority complex mindset, then yeah, that's when it's woke feminism and girls are better than guys. But they don't. That's what this movie avoids. Since there is no male good guy, there's no superiority complex or believing that they are better than men. Obviously, our female leads are going to believe that they're better than the villains because, again, these villains are doing illegal crime. Our Birds of Prey and Harley Quinn and Cassandra Cain all believe they're in the right because they're fighting a villain or a bad guy who's doing illegal crimes. They're not undermining him because he's a man. They're undermining him because he's a villain and a criminal. Let's look at Ghostbusters, an all-female-led group who has a male counterpart or a good guy, Chris Hemsworth, who is the idiot of the movie. No matter what he tries, it always fails. He's literally just undermined. He's not smart. These women are literally superior to him in mentality and strength and everything. He even becomes a bad guy because he was an idiot and released the ghost or whatever.
It sounds like an illusional, metaphysicious spectromian. I'm talking like you guys.
Way to go, Kevin. Yeah.
Well, that sounds very scary. It's probably because you got a lot of bad karma from your previous life. Oh, I hate coffee.
I'm just gonna disconnect his phone. He won't notice.
No.
Hello, Ghostbusters. Yes, of course they're serious. You do? You have? No kidding. Uh-huh. Well, just give me the address. Yes, of course. Oh, they'll be totally discreet. Thank you. We got one!
Ghostbusters.
Conductors in the metaphysical.
Okay, cool. See ya. Hey, guys, which one of these makes me look more like a doctor?
Who was on the phone?
The Stonebrook Theater. There's a goat on the loose.
I'm gonna load up the car.
That's woke feminism. That's female superiority mentality. That's what's done wrong. They don't look at Chris Hemsworth's character as an equal. They view him as an idiot. Well, maybe in the film, there are these little side characters that Harley Quinn or a Black Canary, a Huntress, kind of, undermine. Maybe there's these small male characters that they do undermine who are good guys or just civilians. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But again, this is just the first trailer, and from what I've seen so far from the teasers and everything, a synopsis. What could have been done in this film to show that, men are sexist and that these women are being abused by good men could have been shown with Renee Montoya, actually. In this trailer, they could have shown Renee Montoya receiving sexism from her male co-partners or co-workers in the police force, and how they think that, oh, she's, a 5'5" woman, she can't do anything, she's weak, she's a girl, she's in her 50s. They could have been sexist and shown that in the trailer, but they didn't.
I really enjoyed that. I got to play a woman who understands her strength, her worth, and her intelligence, and is in an environment where she is quickly and easily dismissed by the patriarchy, just the men's club.
From what we've been shown so far from the teasers and synopsis and trailers is that she's an alcoholic, and that's her main issue. Not that she's receiving sexism at the workforce, she just has an alcohol issue. And that's it. Nothing in this trailer shows me that these women think that they're better than good men, or that good men think that they're better than these women. The only men that they think they are better, or they deem to be better than these men, are Joker and Black Mask, which are all, again, criminals and villains that do illegal shit. But nothing in this trailer shows sexism or women think that they're better than men at all. I don't see any of this. I feel like it's just a huge stretch to say that. And as mentioned before, I know I keep saying that quote a lot, but fucking Mozart, all this coming in my head, rushing in my brain. And just because this movie is looking at it from a female's perspective doesn't mean it's automatically sexism or woke feminism. Another movie, let's talk about Sex and the City, which that movie, the entire cast, even the background characters, are only women. There are no men to be seen or shown in this movie at all. The only time we hear or see a man is through phone calls. This entire movie's perspective is just from women and their daily life and drama. Obviously, in some cases, they're going to think men are bad if they cheat or do something wrong to them, but they don't automatically think that, oh, men are sexist scum, you know, women are completely better, why aren't we as a president? It's sisterhood and friendship and what bonds them. It's all about perspective. It's just relationship problems. They're not thinking that they're better than men, but in Sex and the City, it's all about the woman's perspective and the female perspective and female gaze, which isn't completely wrong. Again, Expendables, literally all dudes, no female hero in that movie, and it's still a good movie. My last argument that I want to make, which isn't anything related to Zach's video really, is this should have been a Harley Quinn solo movie. Why do they call it Birds of Prey when I've only been shown Harley Quinn? That's because Harley Quinn is marketable. She's profitable. She's really more popular right now at the moment than Superman and Batman. There's really a whole clothing line hot topic of Harley Quinn merch. Harley Quinn is more recognizable. Mainstream audiences know Harley Quinn more. So obviously for the first trailer, Warner Brothers gonna want to sell the more profitable face, which is Harley Quinn. Even if you put Huntress and Canary in their original costume, people still aren't gonna know who they are. So you might as well just play with their outfits. Well, you know, if that's the case, why don't they put them in the OG costumes and, you know, at least please the fans? That's because this is an origin film. It's an origin story for the Birds of Prey. Some people want DC to take its time and create its universe, but also want the outfits and characters to, you know, already be fully developed and fleshed out. In the first Iron Man film, Tony Stark didn't have his Iron Man suit all prepared. He had to mold and weld it in a cave, and then later work on that prototype and make the official Iron Man suit. He didn't already have it at the beginning of the film. So Black Mask, Canary, and Huntress, they're probably gonna have their entire wardrobe changed at the end of the film. It might seem like cliche, but again, it's an origin film. Get over it. There's nothing wrong with that. Hopefully I'm right, and in the second trailer they show more Canary and Huntress to please the fans and mainstream audiences and introduce them. But that's why I did this in the first trailer. And yeah, it could be seen as a Vanity Fair project from Margot Robbie's perspective. She's heavily promoting, you know, posters and everything with Harley Quinn. Yeah, I get that. She should have at least done at least 2 or 3 posters of Huntress and Canary, you know, solo poses. So I get that argument. I am on your side on that point where Margot Robbie has been given too much control. But again, Harley Quinn is much more profitable. Oh, well, okay, if that's the case, why didn't we do Gotham City Sirens, where Poison Ivy and Catwoman are really popular? Well, maybe Warner Bros. Wants to save their release. That, I think. Maybe Warner Bros. Wants to save their release for Matt Reeves' The Batman, which is going to be heavily inspired by The Long Halloween. And who's in The Long Halloween? Catwoman and Poison Ivy. So maybe he wants a giant-ass cast of Riddler, Poison Ivy, Catwoman, and the new Batman to all make their new appearance. So it can be a gigantic box office success. All these new faces and characters finally being revealed in the Batman series. And that's how you make money. That's all it boils down to. For money. God damn it, why are they barking? That's why I believe they're going to hold off on the Gotham City Sirens movie and Poison Ivy and Catwoman so they can be released and revealed in, again, Matt Reeves' The Batman. And in conclusion, this is just the first trailer. There are more to come. I could be proven wrong or I could be proven right. Hopefully I'm right. I'm really, because this video looks kind of ridiculous. People should just jump to conclusions. If you don't like it, if it just looks boring to you visually, aesthetically, or just story-wise, then that's fine. But don't just jump the gun and say that it's already woke feminism. Here are some good comics that I think you can read that's based off Birds of Prey or Harley Quinn. Obviously, the Gotham City Sirens series perfectly portrays Harley. It's the best Harley. And I think that's what Margot Robbie tries to do, is get different eras of Harley, because there's some aspects of Gotham City Sirens Harley, especially with the ending, how desperate Harley is trying to be independent, but doesn't really work out too well. Hopefully that's what happens in this movie. There's also the New 52 Harley with all these different outfit changes. It's just picking and choosing different eras of Harley to make this Margot Robbie Harley, which looks fun and great. I like it. I don't mind it. I think it's pretty fun. And Huntress Year 1, I'm on the 4th issue, I believe, or almost done with the 3rd issue. And it's really good too. What I don't recommend is Birds of Prey, I think it was Rebirth. I only read 1 issue. That was the 1st issue. God awful. Freaking awful. The story, the art is what really killed it for me. It was disgusting. Batgirl has buffest dude body and smug face. It's disgusting. When you see her face, all I can see is I'm better. It don't read that one at all, alright? And just watch the original animated series if you want to see more of Huntress and Black Canary in their natural state or natural form. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Bye.